Dave,
Yeah.
welcome to the Big O Media team. Tells you why everybody else is wrong about the the new rule set that's incoming. Uh, we have our thoughts. We've seen many thoughts said by other people, and we disagree with them. We have to come out and tell you all about the true meta that's going to emerge, and which teams have actually gotten better and which ones have actually gotten which one's gotten better, which one's
My
gotten
poor
worse.
boys.
Hmm. So you'll
Actually,
see.
Phage, can you stream your screen to
Yes,
Discord for us
I
so
will.
we're not
Oh
behind?
no, that's going to be so confusing otherwise. Yeah, give me a second. It'll
Yeah,
take a.
Side
that's
note:
okay.
if you haven't checked it out, the J Leave has done a wonderful job at having a Google Doc, which we have pinned in the Bubble Free channel. So you know,
Yeah,
big shout out to J Leave, man.
yeah.
Fucking
Brilliant. Thank you
amazing
so
work.
much.
So this is what we're looking at. Um, now, hang on.
Still a Necro coach, but still.
I need to. Sorry.
He's still a Necro coach, but got played.
uh, uh, yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. So what we're looking at here is a little 2x2. On this 2x2, we will be placing teams as we go through the list. As to how much we think they've been buffed or nerfed, and how certain we are. Like, there's some variables in there. There's some things like, hey, these teams have definitely gotten stronger, and some it's like maybe. We'll see, but you'll see how this goes as we go. And I've got a little box down the bottom for things to remember. Like, there's some things that aren't immediately obvious that you do have to consider when you're placing a team.
And
Yes.
I played devil's advocate here. We are mainly going to be discussing about what league play as opposed to tabletop and like res format.
It's all going to be about Blood Bowl 3, the video game, not
So,
tabletop.
Are
so
we
more-
talking like Eternal League, Rebel Bonza sort of
Yes,
stuff?
Eternal. Yes, and again, Eternal League. Now, that's the thing. That was my number 3.
Yeah, don't worry. Teamwork, man.
There we go.
Yeah, because I know there's been articles about there. I know it was the Goonhammer had theirs the other day, but they are generally focused about tabletop res, so set tournament skill packs and that, which is again is the other half of Blood Bowl, which again very incredibly valid. And I know
It's
some
not
people
valid.
say-
It's bad. If you play it, you're bad. That's my hot take.
Man, you say I'm looking to get in the tabletop. I'm like, well, apparently I'm bad now, but also
No, tabletop's good. Res is bad.
Yeah, Res is.
Yeah.
I actually I liken this to. I was talking to Darby about this one, so off topic. That the reason I love it, I'm two sides of the coin for Res. Where for me, it's the good stuff is you get to play every game like hard, and you play for the win, which is great. The counterpoint is it's kind of like playing money with poker, where everyone just goes in all the time. There's no risk reward, right? It kind of changes how you play. So it's kind of like take the good with the bad.
Yeah. No one's sitting there going like, "Oh, this is a valuable piece. I better protect it or something." It's like, no. Like, just chuck it in the middle. If it dies, well, you get it back next game anyway. It's not a huge deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the egregious way of looking at that. But yes.
Yeah. Well, having the worst injury you can take be a badly hurt is
But that's a hell of a way to look at it. It's like I guess the appos, because the appos aren't really as vital as you're there for cut. But yeah, you're right. That's just how it changes how you structure rosters and shit.
Yeah. Anyway, point is, you'll see as we go through this. So I'm going to be using two things. I'm going to be using this 2x2, and I'm also going to be using that document that XS mentioned, the J Leaves document.
Yeah.
Where hang on,
The
I can
Blood
change
Bowl
it.
2025 leaks and changes the Almanac. I can't pronounce things.
Almanac.
English is my first language, but I butcher it just as well as a true Australian Irishman.
Yeah. So this is it, and we're starting. We're starting with Amazon, so they're all laid out in the same way. You've got your old team up the top here, and then they've got the new down here. All of the buffs have been put in green. The nerfs will show up in red, and anything new is in purple. So, well, you'll see as we go through. But we've got Amazons. So, kick us off. Amazons have basically remained unchanged from old to new. The only
Good.
thing is they've gained is better passing on their blitzers and their blockers, which is
the one player that doesn't want better passing.
exactly. So if I've and of course I did this in order. So when I set this up, so that means that the Amazon is at the bottom of my stack of images.
Yep.
Frustrating.
You did
Fair.
it.
I have to sort all the way through it
He's
now.
He's like, oh, there's Z in there. Excellent. Z it is.
Yeah.
But
No.
well,
You know what?
So
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna start at the bottom and work my way up. There's too many
Yeah.
images.
Okay.
And I've
like
put so much there's too much shit. Okay, we're gonna start with what else?
why? Oh, bird.
Please.
Yeah, we all feel a certain way about wood elves. Right.
Oh, they're looking great.
We'll get
They're
back to
looking like the
Zons
next thing,
eventually. What else? Okay. Buffed. They buff wood elves, I think. I think that's pretty much undisputed.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Watch me get really mad when I see Lyman cheaper and also better at passing.
Yeah. So the line elves got cheaper. They got 3+ passing on line elves is no joke, considering a lot of
Really good.
rowers have 3+ passing. Like dedicated passing pieces have 3+. It's wild. And they got cheaper, so they're 65. Okay, now down from 70. Throwers are 85, and they get safe pair of hands, which is a fantastic skill. Very good.
Yeah, great to get for free.
For free,
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah. I mean, not for free. They're paying you to take it because they reduce the cost of the thrower.
Like, oh, sorry, we've given you this skill. Look, here's a discount. My apologies.
Yeah.
The catcher number has been reduced to
excess dying inside.
Right, so the catcher.
Man, Yoshi got cheaper, man. It must be nice. Oh, look, a buff catcher. They dropped that. They dropped 2 of them, but you get for passing up and sprint.
Yeah, so they've gone back up to being extremely fast. Essentially movement. Back into the space of only needing 2 pushes.
Will go well.
Yeah. And then also the War Dancers also got. I mean, they got the plus passing, but they also got a 5k cost increase. So.
Deserved 5k cost increase. They're still the best. Well, with the dodge nerf, with the leap nerf, not the best player in the game anymore. That they were, and they're still really good.
And they also and there is a change here as well to the tree. Well, not to this treeman, but to treeman in general. There's now 2 different types. Well, there always was, but now they kind of defined them, and
even
so
more different. Yeah,
this treeman doesn't get timber. So it doesn't get assists to stand up, but the other one does. And we can talk about that one later. But let me see if I can find. What?
There they are.
I got to do this. Hang on. Yeah. What else? Okay. So I have to make them a bit smaller. So what else? I'm pretty certain got a buff. So I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them in like the second tier of buffing. Because
so the 2 nerfs that they
because I feel like I'm kind of want to reserve this first section here for like passive buffs. Like they got better just because the rules changed, but not because anything happened to the team. But they got better here because they just improved the pieces, made them cheaper, made them better. It's just it's pretty nuts. Go ahead. What were you saying?
So no one ever takes 4 catches on Woodies either. That was the one big nerf. The other big nerf is expensive War Dancers. I don't think that's a big nerf.
It's 5k.
Ooh, how much they got though?
5k.
Yeah, and, I mean, the price difference is you're getting that price difference already by buying linemen who are now 5k cheaper each lineman.
Yep,
yeah, so
exactly.
It all evens out.
Balances so out to a buff. Sprint is something you take on them anyway, so it's amazingly good to get sprint on them. And there's nothing bad about this. It's all buff. Like, I'm 100% certain that's a buff, and I think in the middles is a good space to put them. Like, in the context of Pro Elves being nerfed, I think they're a little bit more to the right.
Yeah, we'll get there. So
Because,
I'm trying to focus, especially on this. Like, I don't want to try and turn this into a which is the best team. I want to kind of like how are they compared to what they used to be?
Okay, so not in context, in context of themselves,
in
not
context
everyone
of,
else. Cool.
Yeah. I don't want to be like, because otherwise it gets like there are other tiers out there, and that can be a bit fraught. And we can make those comparisons anyway. Like, what do we think actually got a lot better and a lot worse? But like, relative to Pro Elves, for example, Pro Elves are going to be brought up a lot. We're going to talk a lot about Pro Elves, but
so I think like is good way to think about the way these lines work is midway across a line like a sensible buff. Midway is like sensible buff. All the way is unsensible buff.
Yeah, some mistake. This is just like outrageously like buff.
Okay.
I think Woody's
think they're in the right position. I think they got a sensible buff.
Yeah. I will also say one other thing, and it's the first point on the things to remember is elite skills, and that's going to come up a bit for a couple of the teams.
I was just gonna pop in on that one.
So War Dancers, they got a 5k cost increase. They got passing improvement, but the thing is, they start with block and dodge. And the thing to remember is that not that there were. I don't think there's going to be less block and dodge as elite skills. I think there's going to be less of it. It's going to be more expensive. The teams that start with it are going to be relatively less expensive. That makes sense. So I think there's actually something to be said for the fact that they actually start with this.
So that was going to be my point. I had a 3-part point. Is you're on the money, yes, because you still have catchers and war dancers still starting with like that's 4 players with dodge, 2 players with block out the gate, and so they're naturally, and with the lineman being cheaper and the thrower being cheaper, the extra cost you were going to eat from having the war dancer price increase by 5k. So you eat after 2 war dancers, 2 linemen, you already made that cost, and the lineman you get that you have to for the extra cost and block on both catches. You've already eaten that already, and then you're still out. Even if you're running a tree, you're still 10k better off on top of that already. And additionally, with stats now being cheaper as well, like AV up is still at 10k. I'm looking now. So it's the AV passing movements all the same price. Agi is now 30k rather than 40k. Strength is now 60 rather than 80k. So you're going to see more war dancers, and also the skills to level up now are. I think the skills requirements to level up is also lower too.
Yeah, I think all the level up requirements have been in terms of SP.
Let me check.
Including stats.
Yes, it's so characteristic on the first level for stats. It's gone from 18 to 14. And so now it's now easier to get stats on stuff like war dancers and cheaper to do. So now you're going, do I want to fish for an agi up war dancer that's 10? That actually is 10k cheaper than you picking my Mighty Blow. Yeah. Well, actually, it's 20k cheaper than Mighty Blow because Mighty Blow is actually an elite skill.
Yeah.
So, and that is bananas to me. That is wild. And like, it's just that, and in comparatively to how the new system with more expensive skills, with cheaper stats, and easier to get stats, and have not having to pay for as many elite skills. This is a great buff for a team that kind of hasn't seen much use because the way New Leap works, but it's still. I think it's great. I think this team is going to be better.
Can I just since we're talking about elite skills, I'm just going to like sort of put these in a context that I see them in, which is going to make a lot of sense going forward. Remove Norse and Amazon completely from Blood Bowl, and elite skills hardly makes any difference to the meta.
Fair.
If anything, elite skills are a big buff to Amazon and Norse because they're the only teams that get elite skills across the board on every one of their players.
However, my counterpoint is in an Eternal League where there is redraft, they will add up quickly.
Yes, but for everyone equally, not for Amazon and Norse.
Yeah. So and so this is what I was trying to say with when I talk about the war dancers having two of the elites. it's not that you're going to see less block or less dodge. It's just that the block and dodge will be relatively more expensive. So the teams that start with either their key positionals with those skills or just across the board are going to become relatively much cheaper. And considering, I'm pretty sure that there's been massive changes to how the star players work. We're not going to go over that.
They are buffed. They're
buffed
there's
and
too many. Yeah,
it's way too difficult.
So they're buffed in price. Sorry.
It's going to change it could really change how a lot of teams play, but it's just too much to go into. Even J-Leaf, who built the document here, just said but this is just there's so much shit to try and deal with stars and builds and anyway.
I will say as well, just quickly, with DP and Mighty Low +2 gone, playing every 7 teams feels a little bit safer now.
All right, can we move on to Vampire?
Yeah.
Hey. All right, so there we go. Vamps.
Still, I mean, it's the main thing for them is what Hypnogaze and
So
and the
runner got a passing, almost everything got passing buffs. Like Vargeist have passing.
Yes.
Why? Who knows?
I don't hate it though. I don't hate it.
Well, I don't. It was always fun to get that one random 6+ just throw up the field.
Yeah. But the only problem with giving passing everything is I liked how the Bubble Free made throwers more vital for every roster, and now it's kind of diminished that a bit.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Anyway, so you can get a full team of thralls now, which seems to be a thing across the board. All of the linemen is just that all of them. You can fill the entire roster potentially with just the linemen.
Goodness, that was stupid.
Which is
Yes.
It really doesn't make a huge difference. No one's probably doing that, but you could if you wanted to.
No.
Runners, obviously, Blitzers and Vargeist got a passing buff. As was mentioned a moment ago, Hypnogaze is now a flat 3+ across the board in any circumstance, which is probably a side grade, as we mentioned. Rather than going, yes, you don't get the 1-on-1 gaze being a 2+ anymore, but you can be in the middle of a complete scrum and still be able to, get the 3+. So it's side grade.
It's a side grade. It's arguably more versatile now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as is mentioned here, Masters of Undeath usually means that you get to res a player you kill.
Let me check. That's interesting.
So that, as J-Leaf mentions here, it seems they can get a mid-game thrall, but that's not confirmed because thralls aren't really undead; they're still alive. But anyway,
yeah. I don't know. It'll be weird. We'll see.
I'm gonna.
It must be a throw because there's no roster zombies on that.
Yeah.
That's fast. That's actually a really nice addition because what generally kills a Vam team is when they get into a spiral is by just hemorrhaging thralls, right?
Yes.
Even mid game, getting the extra throw would be awesome for them.
So I'm actually gonna put vampires square in the middle because I'm pretty certain that they've kind of not changed that much. They didn't need to change that.
I'm very certain they basically didn't change. I would put that right up on solid certain for me. The side grade of the 3.
Yeah, it's a side grade. I don't think things shift.
There is one thing that we are missing here is that there is no dirty players to get access for those thralls. So the fouling game is a little less potent for those thralls.
But that's kind of everyone.
Especially when you have throwaway linemen like 40k linemen, especially bad teams who will run a deep bench, so fouling is quite a good way to use it because there's no blood loss on your fouls. You do often carry a bigger bench, and it's just something to just keep in mind, especially if you're not running the Vargeist.
I think I think that's probably fair. The one thing that would actually maybe make me bump it, honestly, it wouldn't make me move it sideways, but maybe move it down a bit, is we don't know exactly how that fouling meta is going to change.
Oh, it's gonna
Sneaky Git has been nerfed back to its Blood Bowl 2. The fouling game
back to being bad.
Is back to being bad. So yeah, it's bad for everyone. So it's not going to change Vamps at all.
Yeah.
No, it's mixed feelings because I
didn't move this.
I like the fouling meta
that's
a
where
bit,
it goes.
but also I'm sick of getting fouled every fucking game too much. But still, it's like it's a good and bad. I like it, but also
I do think that focusing the fouling on to a couple of teams is a very good thing. But we can. Oh, hang on. That's not the right image for vampires. That was for something else.
It's good.
It's blood. I like it.
Yeah, it's great.
There you go. I found I actually picked them out on purpose. That's the vampire.
Okay.
Very good.
That was a different one. Okay.
They're gonna be good. They're gonna be very good, but also they're not. How they play is just you are on the money.
They're good now. They're still gonna be good in the future. Like that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
They're good now. They'll be good in the future.
Yeah, and also they're cheaper to level up, which is. I mean, again, now that they're easier to level up, or quicker to level up, I guess. For actually, I think they're the same price because the Vamps generally don't take stats. Not in 2023 because I know in Blood Bowl 2...
They don't need them. They're stat freaks out of the box. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Yes, because I know in Blood Bowl 2 you'd always want a couple of moving Blood 2, but now they don't need it because they're runners. And also the Agi would affect the Hypno Gaze, now it doesn't. So it's now because it's flash. You're not going to go for Agi up, not going to go for Strength up because it's too expensive because as sort of throw and a half, or it's 2 elite skills for Blodge instead. But all they need is just stats. The problem is, they are going to spend. They are going to spend money, but it is going to go all to like Blodge and like shit like that.
Yeah.
Underworld
time,
my boys.
So this is the old team. We don't really need to go through it. Let's look at the new team because
full buff, baby.
Yeah, it's better.
It's swarming back.
Sorry,
it's swarming back.
No,
that's my biggest.
Insignificant is a nerf.
Yeah, insignificant is nerf. Insignificant just means that it's kind of it doesn't actually matter for Underworld. It matters for the Snotling team. You can't have more players with the term significant on the team than without it. Does that make sense?
Snotlings can't outnumber the rest of their team.
Yes, yeah. You can't have a majority of Snotlings, and you can't on Underworld. So, no. Right. The big thing for Underworld. Well, a couple of things. Thrower got cheaper, which is nice. But the big thing is the devious access. Yeah, so Underworld is still an absolutely a fouling team. You got goblins, you got snotlings, and clan rats, all with devious access.
This is a team where the fouling actually does matter because you can have a lot of cheap units to do the fouling now that Sneaky Git is dead. Any team that doesn't benefit from Sneaky Git being dead can just be completely written off for fouling. Like, this can foul.
Yeah.
But I love that they just stole the upgrade for the Skaven Blitzer and Skaven and did not pay for anything else. That's so good.
Oh, that's actually that's
it's
a great
so
point.
Stupid. It's insane.
The Blitzer change has that's a buff. That's a huge buff. Fantastic. There's also another.
Strip Ball should be in green.
It should be in green, but
it's not your spreadsheet
yet. I can't change it.
How to make one of the best players in the game better? Give him free move and 8 and a skill that he probably not going to use because the Underworld Blitzer is just so fucking good.
Yeah. Now the other thing, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, with the devious tree, there are some other skills in it besides Dirty Player and Sneaky Git that are quite good. Is it like Lone Fowler or something? Lets you like re-roll the armor roll or something like that. There's some really, really good additional skills in there. And some of them only apply to secret weapons, so they are completely pointless. Like, they don't make any... Like, you just get to skip them. on a team that has like players that are very inexpensive that you're not going to take. You're not necessarily going to get a lot of SPP on anyway. Being able to random, you can't random secondaries anymore. You can only random primaries. Being able to throw like 3 SPP at a random devious skill and just seeing what you get is awesome. It's actually a really nice
dirty
synergy.
player on a random devious skill is like a home fucking run.
Yeah,
it's really good.
However, there is a caveat. You can't random for doubles now for secondary skills. So those goblins, those wrestle goblins you see lurking around are going to be pricey. Wrestle horns goblins are going to be expensive now.
Yeah, that's fair. But they kind of always kind of were anyway. Like, what are you actually paying extra for?
I mean, we used to see those skills on like gutter runners and stuff like that, not on goblins. It was nice seeing them on goblins for a while, but yeah, XS is right. They'll probably not happen ever again.
Fair enough.
I mean, not on teams that need to be cheap for fouling like this team.
No. Stab is a bit of a non-factor for the gutter runner. No one will use their Blitz to stab, but Underworld, I am positive they got buffed, and
how much of a buff are we? Are we talking like
cheaper? They are cheaper, aren't they?
Not really. No.
No, the Skaven. No, the Skaven thrower actually is cheaper.
Yeah, by 5. Is it 5K?
They got the 5K is everything. Is a lot. Is enough, but they also got to move it up on the Blitzer, so they're quicker and cheaper. And
they have this. Yeah, so I would say it's not as big a buff as the Wood Elves, but I'm gonna say it's like here. Like here.
Like, this is like people who would play Skaven before are going to be playing Underworld instead, because it's so good.
Okay. I don't think the relative difference though is as large as Wood Elves. Well, actually, is it though? No, nearly though. Not that far off. The Blitz does make a big difference.
It's just so good.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, that's pretty simple. Okay. All right, let's go. Then that was. There's not too much to change this. That's us. Okay. Khemri, Tomb Kings.
This one is hard because we didn't really get to touch them before they got changed. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to weigh in on this one. For these
ones we haven't actually got to play with, because obviously I'm just going to say we're going to talk about what happened, and when I'm not going to put them on this thing, it doesn't make any sense because I've not played with them or against them. So yeah, but their throwers got cheaper, their blitzers got cheaper. Buff to
15k for Brawler is a big pill to swallow, but also
new decay is way less bad. I think.
Okay, that's good list. The context is with a lot of teams losing their like a lot of strength access. So obviously Orcs drop theirs. Like
the big buff here is rerolls got cheaper.
Yeah, that's
that's huge. Yeah,
that's actually really fucking huge for Khemri. Holy shit!
And
also Masters of Undeath.
Oh yeah.
So they can actually get linemen now, which the whole thing they couldn't do it before because the law was that they only like accepted really old dead things. But now apparently they can. That's interesting.
So, but yeah, it's just again the new secure the ball. I mean, obviously keeping all four of the big guys with that don't have like a loner negative trade before it is huge. They are going to be paying out the ass for that block because it is what. It's least skill, so it is 50k per block for those two Guardians. That is hideous.
But they have Brawler. And that might, in the new meta, Brawler might actually just be, like, it is that much better.
Because you can use it on Blitz now, right?
Oh, can you?
No, disregard that.
I was about to say, I'm like, that sounds too good to be true.
They suffer from dirty player going to devious access.
Yeah, they do.
Secondary, because fouling used to be big for the linemen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that does hurt.
That's one we're gonna have to just look at in actually like see things.
but they can carry the ball at least a little easier now.
Yeah.
Pick it up, I should say.
I'm gonna say the same here. We're gonna talk about Snotlings. Same deal. I don't even know what. I never at least Tomb King's
never played them. Never played against them.
I
have
can't
no
even
idea
say
what's
anything
going
about.
on
I don't know
with
how
these guys.
any of this works.
It's just more or less a pump wagon losing secret weapon was apparently a big deal, so it doesn't get sent off.
And also
that's Dragon 5.
And more cost on rerolls. And there's swarming. There you
and
go.
no troll loner. Yeah, no troll loner.
Yeah. So
they have staking swarming though. Damn.
Yeah. Anyway, that. It looked devious everywhere. Okay, great. I don't know. They're gonna be a fouling team.
Just goblins about on steroids, really.
Yeah.
But...
and cheap. Really cheap. But anyways, we could talk about. Actually know about. Here's some rats.
No, my babies.
Yeah,
I was going to play these after Richard Castle Mania had run its course for me. I was going to play Skaven, and now I can't. I cannot bring myself to play this fucking horrid team.
Well, look, man, Cloud Rats have fouling axes, which is great.
Yeah, I mean,
but
right, like it's so good.
The kicker is that now that there's 2 gutters and 2 blitzers who get strip ball and moving 8 for free, so the moving 8 is such a huge bonus. They got that up without losing in price, which isn't work. It doesn't offset the gutters a little bit, but not as much as you want. The problem is it kind of means that you have to play with a rogue now.
Yeah, you
because
you have to have a rogue.
Because fouling just
isn't,
because there's no inducing rats is not as great because like playing 2 gutters, I have to laugh when the guy there's article the rules is like, yeah, I've been playing 2 gutters for 20 years. I'm like, what are you doing?
Like
that is
like have you won any games in those 20 years? Like,
could you imagine old school like Blood Bowl 2 era? I have 2 gunner runners. Oh, one of them got hit by a rock. I guess I'm not, and then the other one died on the GFI. I guess I'm not going to win anymore. I'm playing
it doesn't
like
no, it doesn't.
Because again, you generally build. Because the whole dream was you build half of 2 of them as sackers, 2 of them as general, right? And that still remained the same in Bubble 3. When they weren't as strong initially in Bubble 3 because again it's a heavy orc and fouling meta, and of course things getting badly hurt getting really bad injuries more often, and Gunners not being able to pass. Also, shout out to Gunners not getting a passing upgrade. What the fuck,
I know, right? Everything else gets it, but.
Like that would have been too bad if you made gutters like 3+, that could have been palpable because then you can have a nice little fuck around with the gunners. You could give them fumble risky, that'd be great.
The annoying thing is you can really tell what teams have beaten the developers over and over again, and they can't wrap their heads around defending and attacking against, and it's the 2 fucking best Agi teams at the time, and they just nerf them into the ground.
Well,
because they don't understand how to win against them. It's so stupid.
You know the thing is, Union plays and Rats play the exact same game.
Yeah,
and they play a very similar game.
Yeah,
and
the devs don't understand how to win against them.
Just fucking hit them. They fall apart.
They do.
It's so dumb.
Have you invested in Stand Firm or like Guard? But I digress. It is, like the Feral getting cheaper is fine because the Feral. I mean, it's nice. That's a nice thing. But Rats, they have been. Oh my! I am certain. They're not
nerfed. It's one of the most egregious. We have to leave space for the worst nerf, so it can't be right down the end.
Somewhere over here,
it's more in the middle.
It's
further left than there.
Like here.
I'd say just on.
Are we more certain about the nerf than that?
I'm very certain. I'm positive, right up the top.
Yeah.
Positive. This is a 100% nerf.
Well, how could you say how do you replace the gutter runners? Like in what role? In what role? Like because
the blitzers obviously.
But before getting ahead of myself, I'd rather give the Skaven blitzers break tackle than another blitzer ahead.
Yeah, well, we'll get to the egregiously buffed teams in a moment. They're not that far away.
But there's no replacement for the gunner others. And sure, you keep your fouling access and rats keeping fouling access on general line rats is fantastic, but now fouling is objectively worse because you see. I mean, it's more riskier because sneaky git is it's so bad now.
It's also definitely worse for rats because you feel when you start losing rats, you really do feel it. And especially now that you have fewer gutter runners to just move the ball and just be slippery, it's going to be even worse.
We're playing inducement rats and induce skitter every fucking game.
Honestly, that might be what this.
But it's not because most things are getting cheaper now.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll move to the next team.
If I want to play inducement rats, I would play Underworld instead.
Yeah. We got Undead. This is an interesting one.
I despise that ghouls get regen.
Oh no, me too.
And also them dropping 2 ghouls is hideous because that's what made the Undead very unique because they got 4 ghouls.
Yeah, so this is a weird one because you kind of like there's kind of two like there's 2 sides of it. There's this one got buffed and nerfed some measure, right? You've got the whites get Thick Skull and Tackle.
Good, that's great. I like making the whites better.
They got a bit more expensive. They got 5k more expensive for it, which
that's
not
fine.
much.
They're a cheap team.
Ghouls got regen, which is a buff, 100%. They got 3+ passing, which is weird.
But the problem is the passing is who catches it, and usually you say the other ghouls, but there's only 2 of them now.
Yeah,
that is such a big
there are 2. There are 2
loss.
ghouls. Undead always relied on having more than 2 ghouls. In fairness, if you're reducing them to 2 ghouls, yeah, it's true. The whites can catch it. The good thing is, like, if you're reducing it to 2 ghouls, I think you almost have to give them. This doesn't make sense otherwise. On Undead. On specifically
I would have
Undead.
given them regen. I think I would have given them a different skill. The regen.
Sorry, I'm looking at this. How don't skeletons have devious as primary, but zombies do?
Because they didn't want to give it to Khemri. That's why.
Oh my god!
I mean, why else?
Come on.
Why else would you do that? It doesn't.
Give it to Khemri. They're a fouling team.
Also, yeah.
Why would you not give that to Khemri?
Also, Skeleton.
They are the foul. They're like, if you're thinking like, okay, what are the 5 fouling teams that are not stunting always foul? It's Necro, Undead. It's probably Chorfs. It's Skeletons and Rats.
Yeah.
So Skeletons, so Khemri and Rats. Those are the 5 teams I've gone. Yeah, because why? They have cheap linemen and lots of them. Why would you not give a skeleton deep? That's stupid.
Well, the other thing is that the skeletons don't have unsteady, whereas the zombies do. So you could actually 2+ pick up with a skelly, which is kind of funny.
But I'm doing it with a ghoul instead, who's moving 7.
Oh, yeah.
More.
I don't doubt it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying. The other weird one.
The weird thing about it is skeletons are fouling pieces. Usually you would have zombies for line pieces and skeletons as skeleton for fouling.
Yeah.
Because zombies are more sturdy than they are.
Yeah, they tank hits better. Well, the other thing that's interesting is also the eye gouge. You have to make a hit, right? And you have to push a player back. Because I think it even says push back with eye gouge. So
yes,
it's interesting. It's also for the zombies. It's one out of the devious tree, so it's 1 less devious skill you could accidentally roll into, which is nice.
Increased chances of hitting dirty player.
Let's see.
I don't know. I don't think I would call zombies a buff or a nerf because it's so inconsequential to how it would work.
If you're blocking with zombies, you are not blocking with your mummies or white, so therefore it's not a good day. The fact that they lost the unique selling points of having 4 ghouls at least, and they're more survivable, yes, but regen doesn't always work, and passing on Undead is a dangerous game to play. Losing phalanx it's just this feels like a nerf.
It feels like a nerf.
It's still an it's still a nerf. Like the ghouls are too important. Even having regen, they'll still get KO'd.
They're still so Undead are a cheap TV team. I'm positive it's a small nerf, but it's to their team. But in the context of it all, like other
I
teams, it's too early. So it's even bigger. But by himself, they are a worse team than what they previously were.
I might
Yeah.
chuck him just in the uncertain because there's some things I not like.
That's
How much of a change is the Ghouls
Yeah.
gonna make? How good is Eye Gouge gonna be?
But
What's the devious skill tree gonna be like? Like actually in practice, how's that gonna work out?
Well, on the silver lining as well is because obviously the Shiki Dirty Player Ghouls are now dead, right? Because
Hmm.
Divius is a double skill, and for undead this season, especially like this meta Blood Bowl 3, what's about, they were you would just chuck randoms at your ghouls first level, a random general, and if it's Dirty Player, fantastic. He's now the best thing he can get. And if it's not, so the idea of and you'd have 4 ghouls, so it'd be a touchdown, chuck a skill at it, and then they would have like 3 or 4 defined roles. I'd have like a Saka with Rackle early on, or I'd have like a Dirty Place you get really early on, and how it all works and how it's just, and then combining with blitzing with the mummies and that, it's just so potent and powerful. That's why Undead was so strong the first 2 seasons of a Rebel, at least, because there was no real answer to it at the time, because they were strong, reliable, had Marty Boy early, had reliable blocks of the blitzes, fouling game with ghouls, and with dodge as well for the other ghoul stuff. So they could fill multiple roles, and they're cheap. 70k is a throwaway for a piece that is so good. Now you lose the cheapness of it, you lose their versatility, because their best kills with that person you can get, and if they die, you just you keep going to your cycle more, and as well in a redraft format as well, where the old point is keeping shit cheap. Undead were great at that, and they'll tail off when other teams caught up. But at that point, you redraft your cycle. It's a new team anyway because it's too expensive. Now you lose all that. You lose a lot of the early strength.
In my mind,
3
like
plus
I would probably put it in the same place Phage would, but I would put it above the line in terms of certain, but not far above the line in terms of certain.
Keep it there then, hey. Overlapping.
A bit more than that.
Okay.
I would have the whole image above the
I
line.
then
for
fine. I'm gonna
certain,
put it here
but,
then. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Fair
enough.
I know. Phase, you're uncertain. I'm certain, and Lynn's kind of in between. I am certain this is it's a small nerf. It is still going to be super strong early TV. That first like 10 to 1K to 1200. They're still going to be super strong. But
yeah,
but they are.
With
it's
the
not
next team.
It's not the same.
Yeah. All right. We've all been waiting for this one.
What's coming?
What's next?
Orcs.
The warp machine is going to come back.
Orcs.
Why would they buff them like this?
Yes. So, there's been a bit of discussion about this. Obviously, you see there's a lot of red here. Okay, throwers go up in cost, but they also go up in movement. The blitzers are reduced to 2 blitzers from 4. They go up in cost, but they get break tackle.
That's so unneeded,
The Biggins go down to 2, and they go up in cost, but they gain Mighty Blow, Taunt, and Thick Skull.
And again, he's telling me, unsteady, I can't use my pickup of it. Don't you worry, you don't have to with the new rules, Brawling Brutes.
Yes.
So I get more speed to Kaz shit rather than switch touchdowns.
And also team captain, so give one of them pro for free.
And not burn, and you get to keep the
Roll
reroll
down a little bit. We can't see team captain and rerolls
I'm
on the screen.
Right.
Yeah, so you get the argument call, but on rerolls for the team captain. That's like, yeah, okay. Look, I understand they lose to Biggins. That's a bit of a strength loss, but that's okay because this means but your linemen now have strength access, and the goblins have strength access. The thrower, which was probably the most divisive piece and the most fairest piece in terms of their cost point return, saying, do I want a more reliable start with sure hands, or do I want to get a troll early on to try and cut down the reroll? And it would ask real questions like I have a ball carrier who is slower than normal, or do I run a goblin ball carrier? And that was a great issue that Orcs had for a while. And then now
there is no question you take a thrower now. Like in the past, I have been so anti-thrower.
You take 2, honestly, because one of them is now your safety at this point. And moving 6, you give one of them wrestle, and one of them carries the ball. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, they're moving. Plus, if you level up, give him an AV buff.
Yeah, I think that's
10K.
a good call.
The one thing I'm certain about this team is that anyone at all who says orcs are nerfed are insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Like,
random
it's
strength on alignment is unreal. Like, it's a random
Yeah.
Kaz. One random Kaz because it throws me for that one there, and I'm chucking 10k for stand firm, or I'm chucking or like grab, or a real great auxiliary piece to have. If I hit guard for 10 20k, is it 20k for guard because elite skill when you random it? Is it or is it?
I think
Yeah, it is the extra 10k.
I thought random skills cost full. Is that not a thing?
Why would you?
I'm pretty
No,
sure
I
random
don't think
skills
it's
cost full amount. It's
It-
just you're not spending as much
SPP.
SPP on them.
SPP.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't care. If I don't like it, then I'll cycle it.
So,
Because why not?
there's
And
a development. There's a development piece where they develop potentially much faster. But the other thing I think that with the big uns is we mentioned earlier that you have to, whenever you consider the elite skills, you have to kind of discount Norse and Zons because the whole team starts with them, and those teams get much stronger, right? The other thing is I feel like there's going to be so many fewer teams starting with Mighty Blow.
Dirty.
How dare you,
get-
Mayhem? They're not done dirty.
No,
These guys
they're
are
so strong.
These guys are either a side grade to an absolute buff.
Yeah.
This is not a nerf in
this is
any
good.
sense
If you
of the
want
word.
your
This
strength
is
back,
insane.
If you want your strength back, just take strength on a blitzer because it's cheaper now, and
Yeah.
break tackle is now even better.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
God,
there's
so
another thing to think
good.
about is that, like, the other thing to think about is that if we're thinking about the context of where this team goes in terms of development, there seems to be a trend in the rules to try and keep TVs lower. And so when you start with blitzers with block, break, tackle, which makes them green elves, they're dodging, that make them one of those dodges on a 2+, right?
Always
Dodging out
have been.
tackle zone.
Yep.
And then the big uns start with Mighty Blow. Taunt, by the way, massive skill. Like, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to hit these things. Because if you roll a push, it forces you to follow up into the melee. My God, that's bad. I don't want to hit that. That's scary.
Yeah, you go into the ground zero of the orcs. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, no, I really think that orcs have I do like the change that it gives them more, like, a bit more identity rather than just like I do like in general the shrinking of the positionals, although for rats it was very unfortunate how the hell that worked out.
Well, they're just now the new dwarfs, aren't they? They're just big. They're not as big anymore, but they're still just new dwarfs because you just stack a whole bunch of guard.
Yeah, and they can stack guard. And
Look, if they didn't get strength access on primaries on Orc linemen, it would be a nerf.
Yes, and a really good nerf. I still don't like Mighty Blow for free on Biggins because now, legitimately, all it is now is your Blitzer is now kind of like the utility. He probably goes guard, tackle as a support, but your Biggin is doing all the blitzing. Why would it not? The one that has team captain is doing all the blitzing because it's pro for fucking free.
Yeah,
and oh god.
Yeah, and also, as you say, team captain.
Strength access on generals is just so freaking powerful that, like, it makes a team that, looking at it without it would be like, oh, I'm not actually too sure whether that's going to be good. To know this is definitely a fantastic team.
And again, with the Fro getting buffed to moving 6 as well, the Goblins not going to see any outside of a Fro teammate. There's no more buddy carry Goblins. There's no need for it. It's for you. You're no longer trading that moving up and dodge for strength and straw hands. Instead, that was a trade off. Now there's no need to because even fouling is worse. So why you don't care for fouling access anymore? Yeah, they are buffed. I am positive they're not. Okay, look, they are buffed, but there are teams that are more buffed than the Orcs. So I'd put them like.
Similar to Wood Elves.
I would put them higher than Woodies. I'd put them one higher than Woodies, but I'm not as certain as I am that Woodies got buffed. Like,
I mean, I disagree, but
okay.
We can agree to disagree.
I'll put them
I'm only 1800 for Orcs.
Yeah,
but
like
Blood Bowl 3 is not meant to play 1800 TV.
Yeah, so
Blood Bowl's like cap or health point is between like 12 to 15.
Yeah, and that's
HC
exactly
Mayhem. So Can
Yeah.
I address the chat for a second?
Yeah, go for
HC
it.
Mayhem just says, I'm only 1800 for
Yeah.
Orcs on Blood Bowl 3, but compared to Wood Elves, it feels like it will be hard to outbash Chaos Chosen or even Dwarves, at least early teams. They lost strength access, both of those teams.
Yeah, they don't have strength on generals anymore.
Chaos.
They
You'll-
don't
Chaos
have strength
Chosen
on
still-
You'll be
generals. You're
outbashing
going to
them,
be
don't
able to
worry.
rip them a new ass.
Yeah.
And also, Chaos Chosen are a glass cannon, so Mighty Blow and the Biggins will be generating those hits.
Mhm.
And also, I would see the defense. Chaos Chosen do always put on strength 4. That is a caveat there. But
Yeah.
but your orcs, like,
Hmm.
like no one likes chains, and at least the chains of orcs, there was
Yeah.
some great additions there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Anyone who
why
loses
did you
access to guard is going to. Anyone who loses access to guard is not going to be a problem for orcs to outbash, is what I'll say,
Yes.
because guard is good and orcs can get as much of it as they like.
They are more expensive, so it is a nice
True.
it is thing. But also, you probably and it means you probably see more trolls getting involved now because to replace the loss of strength for the Biggins, which is always a good thing because
Yep.
trolls are cheap and they're great. Like it just, but there's not going to be any more goblins.
For another side
but
of that
sad.
argument, I actually disagree that you wouldn't take the troll, but yeah, that's me
No, that's-
versus excess sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
And I
depends-
think
depends on the
that's
format.
good for a team having a choice that way.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I'd like to throw versus goblin like before they made the goblin irrelevant. The goblin passes on 3+. I don't care he passes on 3+ because he's cheap, but fouling is so crap now, and the thrower moving 6 is so good. It's so good.
yeah.
Old World Alliance. I've been
Old
excited
World
for this
Alliance
one.
time. Okay, so
So
we
remember
wanna
I
talk
said one of
about
the teams
teams
more
that,
buffed
like-
orcs?
yeah.
Yes, one of them.
Teams that got buffed. So bear in mind that we're doing this as like a comparison, old team to new team. I
Roll
don't.
down just a
Oh,
little
yeah, of course.
bit
Sorry.
for the
Yeah.
screen.
This is a very
please.
long.
Just
This is
a
a very
little
very
bit.
long document. Okay, there's a lot of
Yeah,
positions.
no, that's
to
perfect. You
cover.
got it.
Yeah. So this is a big one. There's a number of big changes here. More halflings for for some reason I don't know exactly why, but there's more halflings. You could take them. You get human catchers, which are buffed to strength 3 and passing 4+. They're a bit more expensive, but they're
Oh, so
straight up
good!
better.
They're so
You
good.
get the new dwarf blockers, which are cheaper. Wait, no, they're not cheaper. They're 70k. Anyway, they're always 70k.
They are.
Cheaper.
They're cheaper,
but they
and
come with
you
block-
get three-
block and
they were
defensive.
80,
You
and
get 3 of them.
you get 3 of them. Yeah, and you actually add no more loner. You get actual block.
Yep.
You don't get lose armbar, but you get defensive, which I don't care, and there's no loner
And no animosity.
or animosity. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just across the
No
board.
strength
better.
access, but I think
Don't care.
no strength
You gotta
access,
eat
but I
hits.
think they come out of it better.
Yeah.
Than they lost with the strength access.
They're just LOS fodder. That's all they
There
are.
is enough on this team with strength access to make up for it if you need it to. Human thrower hasn't actually
Unchanged.
changed because it's
Right.
Oh no, it has short. Wait, no, it always had pass and short hands, right?
Yep.
Yep.
He's just cheaper. He dropped
Yep.
5k in cost.
Dwarf
That's it.
runner gets sprint, loses agility access, but has sprint. So if you want to take it, I don't know you would because you've got a human catch instead.
But also, I mean, it's more it's more balancing the throw for the runner. That's it. Depends how you want to play it because, but it also lost loner.
Yeah.
I don't see in any world where anyone would ever take the dwarf runner on this team.
You
No.
might now at this point because you have sprint and thick skull. It's just you want to hand off, you want to pass, really.
Human blitzer gets cheaper and gets block and tackle, which is
so
massive.
good.
massive.
It's so good.
And then the dwarf blitzer gets more
So
expensive
yeah.
and does go to 4+ agility, it seems, but gets diving tackle and tackle, which
Yeah.
is such a great combination of skills. Only gets one of them, but like it's such a great combination of skills. Amazing. You have a safety out of the box. It's not a fast safety, but it's it can mark things. You take stand firm, it's done. It's awesome.
This is so easy to call. Like, I'll let you do the last positional. Sorry.
Yeah. And then you've got
Also, no loner. Yeah,
Oh.
just
yeah, no
just-
loader.
yeah.
The ogre goes down to a 3+. everyone's assuming that the fact they gave all the ogres secondary mutation access, and
It has to be.
we're pretty sure
different.
that's a typo. That shouldn't have been there. It just doesn't make sense. The other thing, though, Old World Alliance gets the good treatment. It comes with timber, so you can help it get up.
I don't use the treatment in Old Alliance. I prefer the ogre for mobility, but it's good. It's nice to know.
Yeah, you can have it stand up and stuff.
This team is like, I am 100% certain
playable.
this team is buffed from what it used to be, and to a degree that's more than orcs were buffed.
Yes, because you know why? In terms of elite skills, you have the catcher. Catcher has dodge and elite skill. The three blockers that used to be brawler and loner now have actual block and no loner. That alone, like the changes to the dwarves made this team better. Alone, don't worry about the added skills from the human blitzer and also more blockers and also cheaper positions for most of them. And then the strength 3 added to the catcher. This team is exceptional. This team is. If you want to play humans, play this team. If you want to play dwarves, play this team.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about. Like, you get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And you play halflings. Play this team because you get fucking halflings and the tree without the loner.
Yeah, you get the good tree. If you want to throw flings, this team will do it pretty damn well. Yeah.
Yes. You play trees and you get dwarf LOS with defense block and defensive. So the few teams that have got out there, don't give a shit about it, man. Just it's such a good team. This is like it's gone from being unplayable to now. That's such a great picture.
I know. We're all friends. They're all friends now. Like, everybody's friends.
Oh, we'll get to that, Mayhem.
We'll get there. We haven't got there yet. Listen. In comparison to the old one, right? Just going off old team versus new team, I think this might be the most buffed team.
Yes.
Yeah, this is old team versus new team. This is the most buffed.
The most buffed. Now, relative to other new teams,
edition,
we don't know. But in terms of like what the old World Alliance to new Old World Alliance, this is just so much better.
It's
took
gone
away
from a mini team.
Yeah,
you're gonna need to nudge that along one square, because I know of two teams that need to fit in between that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shift it up there.
This actually breaks the axis. That's how.
Yeah, it does. Because
it's now playable.
That direction.
It's now actually a playable team.
It's more than playable.
So just for people who are watching as well, just keeping in mind, this is not which teams are better than other.
Yeah.
This is how much they got buffed in comparison to each other.
Yeah.
This team got the most buffed
compared to its
Orcs
old
got
version.
The second most buffed at the moment. Yeah,
we'll see. We're going to keep going. We've got more things. All right, let's see. Go back here. We've got another team. Next team on the list. Well, we have ogres, but we haven't really played with ogres, so we can't talk about ogres. So we're just going to skip that. We're talking. This is all from the perspective.
Anyway,
this is all the perspective of Blood Bowl 3.
Baby.
So, devious becomes a thing. That's about it. Nurgle.
Oh man, that's a weird one.
Nurgle's interesting. So, rerolls get cheaper. They get the Brawling Brutes thing.
Fantastic for the rot spawn and the bloaters.
Really good for Nurgle, yeah.
Rotters go up in cost, but they get the access to the new Devious. Pestigores go down in cost, get limited to 2, but get steady footing and thick skull. Steady footing is an interesting one. Yep.
Unlike what we look at Chaos later on, they kept their strength access.
And they kept their strength access.
Yeah. What's Plague Ridden again?
That's the
Nurgle's Rot.
Nurgle's Rot, yeah. It's the one that.
So if they kill a player that's less than, not stunty, less than strength 4, they get the loner back.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
The bloaters gained stand firm, end on price decrease, down in price, increase get stand firm, get unsteady as well, so they can't do the secure the ball action, but that's fine. And possibly the biggest thing on this team is the Rot Spawn gained Pick Me Up, which is the Beer Boars passive on Norse, which on a 5+ allows one of your downed players to just stand up. So Nurgle have become.
And you can't remove it like a beer bore.
No, it's armor 10 plus
No.
and has everything's go?
Foul
Regen.
appearance.
Oh, regen.
Oh, gross.
So the Rotspawn has become just like so important to this team. I don't. You don't start without Rotspawn anymore.
140k though.
Yeah, it's expensive,
But-
but
Insane.
you don't
The
start
bloater's
without.
got a huge. I mean, the bloater's getting stand firm foul appearance off the out of the gate means they suck to try and block into. That's so
Yeah.
much. But like,
Stand firm.
it's already 1 in 6 not to do anything with it, and then it's now a 1/3 reduction in a success chance
Mhm.
because it pushes around the window.
This really sets the nice thing about this change is Nurgle has really like just gotten more Nurgly. Like they were always annoying to hit, but it's just worse now. It's just worse. It's so much worse.
No.
As the opposition, it's so much worse. As Nurgle, you're sitting there going, "This is brilliant. People are going to hit me, and they're going to be stuck there."
So there's two trains of thought here.
Yes.
So how they used to play with Blood Bowl 3 was they used to not have a Rot spawn and used to run all 4 Pesticles early because you need the mobility on that team.
Yep.
And then, but then, because usually you'd build a ball carrier, a sacker, and a killer, and then last one probably like a supporting guard or something because they're quicker to develop because they're being moved to 6, actually 3.
Yep.
Being cut down to 2 really, really hurts. Because one of
Yes.
them has to be the ball carrier. Because you're not trusting a Rodder or moving 5 to pick secure the ball because it's just so because of this kind of dodge the ball.
Well, they're
and
also
it's just
AG4 plus now.
unreliable.
Rodders are.
Yeah, they've been there since about
Yeah.
the first Battle
Yeah.
3, which was a great nerf at the time because a lot of times they just made more kills than Pestigals, and like they're still going to have the issues of no skills, and they're still going to have the trial that you only have 2 players that actually can pick the ball up on a 3+ without using your action. But the rerolls
Their big downside. So their big downside got even more of a downside, which is their speed and their ability to move the ball. But their upside,
Yes.
I think, has gone up far enough to more than compensate for that.
Yes, that and also yes, it's gone up more than enough, and also having brawling brutes be a thing means that they can actually get
That's huge for the development.
yeah, very very big.
Like
blockers
that's
will
what
have-
that skill should have been used for teams that have trouble developing.
Hmm.
Orcs aren't a team that had trouble developing.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Orcs could like they needed the bash game, but they didn't rely on it nearly as much as Nurgle.
How much are flesh columns?
We'll get to that next.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the at Nurgle and blows to flesh columns.
Hang on.
I'm like,
I
are they better than the
I
golems
can
now?
check. 1 sec. Flesh golems are
Because they're just
110.
because they used to be
The same.
not sort of price because now they're in the realm.
They're the same.
They're better. There's better flesh columns now because they have foul appearance,
Yep. Okay, where did the Nurgle go?
but also different teams.
Is it?
It's a small buff.
It's a buff.
Small
It's a
buff.
small buff.
It's not. It's only small. It's very small.
It's only small because moving the ball is very important, and they're way more slower now. And now you have the thing that undead are going to suffer for, that you can take out both their ball carriers, and all of a sudden they're extremely hard to win a game with.
Okay, I'm gonna
Or
also
like Skaven get.
yeah. Okay, I'll put it slightly on the uncertain side of the line because I feel like
Yes.
we're not quite like it could turn out that their new like the more bashy playstyle is really really good, but it could turn out that the
If they
Pestigor
didn't have
removals could be
Brawling
really really
Brutes-
bad. It would be a nerf.
If they didn't have
Yeah.
Brawling Brutes, I'd say a nerf.
Yeah.
Brawling
Okay, we'll
Brutes
leave it
means
here
they
then.
can develop fast.
Okay. Easy enough. All right. Next, So next is a team that has not necessarily gotten better because of getting like direct buffs, but the meta has buffed them. Norse.
I disagree.
Yeah, somehow even more of a cheaper team now that the new reels are out without any of their prices changing because of elite skills.
But
Mm-hmm.
they lose their fouling access. And
True.
and more importantly, the whole meta.
Who cares?
The
They
whole
have
meta we
block
saw-
across the board.
No. Hear me out. So what makes Liam's team, I'll use an example for so damn good,
Yeah. Okay.
and what takes a lot of Norse teams so very good is they can no longer random for secondary skills. There's no cheap random guard, no cheap random money blow. So that
Yeah.
you are going to see more Berserkers come into play now,
Hmm.
which is going to be a 40k up price on them coming into there. The Ulfwings can't pick the ball up. The Raiders can't do it. So you are going to see more Berserkers being played now, which is a big bonus. And then the teams become more expensive. And that is where you're going to get your price increase there. Is that their guard access is pretty brutal and expensive on the Ulfwings. That's where they get the cost point in. And the Raiders are no longer these bullshit players that can pick up Mighty Blow tackle for like 30k, and you can no longer navigate the use of their more expensive positionals outside the Valkyries, and that is a huge win.
My argument for that is the case for every team, because it's elite skills are 30k for everyone, not just for these guys, and these guys have all their block already.
But it was more egregious for Norse, who could just wait on the go full lineman team, induce like Griff, and still have like block guard everywhere. Where now they're gonna have it's gonna be more expensive to do so, especially because a lot of they lose a lot of their strength access because like most times the only piece. Well, that's the Ulf because you don't see the Berserkers being rostered. The Yeti rare even is slightly less rare,
but they haven't lost any of their strength access. It's still there. It's just they're paying full price for it, which everyone else is as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But the thing is, they would constantly random for it to be cheaper, but now it's not an option anymore.
So I think the other thing is if you did if you did the regular development route, which is you give block and guard to make it, the roadblock or stone piece, that's the 60k bonus on them now. A lot. You have to take the blitzes.
But they're still gonna get that there.
Yeah, I don't think that the fouling are they less good at fouling? Yes, but you're still going to foul with boars. Like they're still great fouling with because they're 20k.
Absolutely.
But the real change here is everyone else is going to need block.
They don't get fouling skills with boars though.
I know. Yeah. I know. They didn't before either. Well, they did. Although, Sneaky Git was an agi skill, but Sneaky gets nerfed anyway. This is an interesting one. I think that the meta had the elite skill thing has made them slightly stronger in that it's going to be more expensive for other teams to match their block, and therefore they will get better inducements. But it still feels like an inducement team to me because of that.
But also, in saying that, the inducements have been increasing their price as well.
Yeah, okay.
For the star players, at least.
Yeah.
I definitely I am certain on the other side of excess. I disagree that I am certain this is quite a buff for them in terms of how much they cost in relation. This one you have to talk about in relation to other teams because they got cheaper by a full game rule change.
Yes.
And I'm certain that's a huge buff to them.
I just feel like
that's really easy. We're just going to chuck them on the line all the way down at the bottom and say we don't. There are two. And that's the thing. You could both be completely correct. We're not going to know until it actually plays out. What's the inducement game like? How important are elite skills? Everything about this relies on the game being played and actually getting the numbers out of it. So I'm going to chuck them all the way down the uncertain category, right down the bottom.
I think they're going to suffer more than people think. They are still going to be a good team, but in comparison to what they were before, I think they are worse off.
Yep.
Considerably.
That's why we have this line that goes down here. It might just be for the Norse and for no other reason, but that's why it's there. All right, Necro. I think. Let me find the. Yes, Necromantic Horror.
Necro.
I mean, do we even need to talk about Necro? This is just straight up the biggest buff in the game.
Let's make this stuff.
Well,
cheaper.
not the biggest, second, but biggest. It's insane.
Yeah, let's make it. Yeah, why would you play?
Why would you play
Undead over Necro? I prefer I like mummies over. I prefer mummies over first goals. That's it. Yeah. The wolves are cheaper.
I prefer losing over winning.
Yes, yeah. Well, some people why do people play Union? The ghouls get regen, so the one Achilles heel is now gone. which will make the zombies even better for no extra cost. The Wraith is cheaper. The team got cheaper.
Yeah.
And also still buffed. It now passes better. I don't understand what the fuck, why, or
why did Wolves get a 3+ passing?
even the comments, in the
Hey,
comment, why did this team only get better? They got 40k cheaper in games and passes, skills, regen and ghouls, guards and that one too, and they still kept the fouling access. It's just ridiculous.
In my opinion, they were the best team in the game underneath Orcs.
I still think Necro are better than Orcs.
Necro are definitely now better than Orcs.
How do you feel? How do you feel now that Mighty Blow, if you want to stack Mighty Blow on the claws, it is the elite skill cost? So is it 50k? But
yes,
absolutely don't care at all
because it actually now Mighty Blow and claws stack
awesome.
Again, right?
What?
They
what?
don't.
No, they don't.
They don't. Okay.
Hell no.
I thought someone said that, and I was like, "Oh, is that my reference?" Okay.
We're not going back to the dark days of Blood Bowl 20 or Blood Bowl 2. Please no. I don't want to make my armor 8 effectively armor 6. Fuck that.
Right, one second.
Yeah. My read on these is they're going to be one square back from Old World Alliance buffs, because the Old World Alliance buffs were huge. Obviously this team is better than Old World Alliance and every other team in Blood Bowl at the moment with these changes, but they got buffed the second most amount out of any team in Blood Bowl.
The 40k cheaper overall, but also that 40k is going to be consumed by those extra costs. And then they're no worse off. They're no worse off like price wise. And now they have regen on the ghouls. They're so fucking good.
Yeah. Okay, so
my read is they go right next to Old World Alliance, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, I know I'm with Lennon 100%. They are buffed. Why they were already an S tier team in Eternal League. I don't understand the need to make them better.
Okay, so they definitely got buffed. We're gonna check them up here.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's all right. We can get that.
I still think they're the best team. The best, like all round, they are the best like team to play. I think they're the most.
They're
boring
fast.
Team to
they
play.
got huge control potential. They got amazing skills. They've got regen.
Yeah.
Like they have everything.
They do a lot of things very, very well.
You could argue that. You could argue they're doing a great mistake. You could argue that fouling being shit again hurts them, but who cares? Because everything else works well for them too, and it's shit for everybody, not just them.
Yeah. All right.
Lizardman. It's me, guys.
Lizards. Okay.
These guys got nerfed. You need to change these guys. They got so nerfed. Boy, did they get nerfed.
Why? Okay, so
the only way they got nerfed 5k for Juggernaut.
But you know what? It does fuck your starting roster just a little bit more, which makes me happy.
Also, passing access, primary passing access on Chameleon
everyone
skins,
who's told me, so as the resident Lizard expert, everyone who's told me that Lizardmen have been nerfed have been talking about at TV 1000. I play Eternal Leaves. TV 1000 is completely irrelevant to me. I do not care. These guys are full buff.
Yep.
It's Eternal Combat. It's your first season's gonna suck. But then again, a lot of times your first season's gonna suck. Now
maybe it's only your first couple of games that suck. Really. Like I reckon in one season you'll be looking great with this team. Like partway through a season.
Yeah. You'll see. Losing access on fouling access really hurts the skinks because now it's just. I mean, but then again, stats are cheaper for skinks, so you're getting more super skinks running around, which is bullshit as well.
Which is really good. Which is really, really strong for.
That's awful, man.
Biggest nerf here is I can no longer have Richard Castlevania being a fouling skink.
To be fair, that was your best player. To be fair,
yeah, I know it's really sad.
I mean, you can, but he's just expensive. But he's not the same, and he's also so much more expensive.
Yeah, that's exactly where I would put Lizards.
I'm actually showing anyone else yet, but there we go. There's the Lizards. But listen, with the cheaper stat access for skinks, buffing the Saurus to start with Juggernaut, is
Yeah, it doesn't look like much on the paper when Phage shows it to you, but I've played so much Lizards, and increasing their price is, if anything, correcting an error rather than
yeah.
them.
Yeah, it's not, and it's 5K. It's not a huge cost change. You're still gonna be able to buy Osaurus event,
and you get Juggernaut for it, which is great.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I'm not going to turn over on a blitz, which is nice for you.
Yeah, no, I think Lizards have gotten substantially stronger, even though there's not a whole lot of numbers and green text associated with like
With OWA
there's not much,
and
Necromantic,
yeah.
No. Like, yes, these are this is impactful, and then the fact that the stats are so much cheaper makes Juggernaut's impactful, and then the easier stat access for Skinks is huge, because that was what
and
you did anyway.
I hate to say that.
Yeah.
I hate to say this with XS on the call, but they can pass now. They are a good passing team now.
They always were. What do you mean
with primary passing access can get 2+ passing with the 20k of TV added.
Shadowing,
great.
Shadowing being a 4+ now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
All right.
Am I gonna have to have Lizards next year to play Pathwell's Castlemania?
Oh, fantastic. We'll move to Khorne.
Oh, buddy.
Khorne.
They're great.
Khorne was not in a good spot in the current rule set. What
a grade! They're fucking awesome now.
Now, yeah. Now, reduction in Khorne Ghouls down to 2. But they get Jump Up and Thick Skull, which is...
who ran all 4 of them? No one did.
Fantastic. No one ran 4.
Psycho ran all 4 of them.
That's... I just want to point out that that's half of their players that didn't have Frenzy, and Frenzy is so bad on a fresh team.
That's true.
It's okay.
So
it's fine, because one's a ball carrier and one is your safety, and one's your main blitzer. Oh, one's your safety because you run the blood spawn. So one goes wrestle and one of them goes like blocks around, whatever it is, and they still keep their strength access, but they're probably not going to use it because the blood spawn's doing a little blitzing, and it's going to be a good time. And you get Brawling Brutes, which is awesome.
I think that the fact that so the Jump Up and Thick, gaining the Jump Up and Thick Skull is yes. Losing 2 is very unfortunate. I feel like the Brawling Brutes kind of makes up for some things they were missing in the current rule set. Like, so hard to get them to develop because it was so hard to score with them because everything was constantly frenzy trapped.
Silver lining.
I feel like this is more of a side grade than anything else, to be honest.
No, Bloodseekers can pick it up on 2+. It's an instant win.
That's also true.
Bloodspawn can pick it up.
Yeah,
no, he's a big guy. Oh, he's a big guy.
It's a big guy. Yeah, big guy.
It's big guys and
unsteady.
Big guys and unsteady.
Okay. Yeah.
Got it.
But Bloodseeker can. So he's like, I'm the Chaos Warrior now.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic for your starting build, because then you don't need the Khorne Ghouls out the gate, which means you can save money on their rerolls, and you can get. It means you are going to see more bloods. It's Khorne Ghouls are probably going to come around once the Bloodseekers are online, which is a much more reliable first season as much as you can for Khorne to be reliable.
Yeah.
But
I think they're still going to suffer from unreliability. That has not changed.
Yes. Of course.
But the change to having Brawling Brutes as a special rule is an improvement, is absolutely a buff to Khorne. There's no question that's a buff to Khorne. They didn't get worse. I don't think they really got worse. I don't think that losing 2 frenzy pieces, losing 2 non-frenzy pieces is a problem.
They lost 2 of their best pieces on their team.
But they rarely ran all 4 of them.
Because they could never afford them, because they were always down on money
team
and
is still
dying.
I still think the team's bad.
Shit.
I think the team.
I would run 4 of them if I was running the team. I feel like it's I feel like still with everything, it's a nerf losing to Corn Gore. That's how important those pieces were to that team.
Okay,
This,
so
this is still, I think, is an up.
I might have to chuck them a bit down in the uncertain zone then, because I don't know. I don't think that their situation. I don't think they've become more reliable, and that was always their biggest problem. Have they become less reliable? Yes. Do they develop a bit better though? Also, yes.
But they're more expensive to get more reliable when you. No, discount that. Everyone's more expensive to get block. I've
Yeah.
been saying that all stream. Yeah.
Well,
don't worry about that.
although to
Strike
be fair,
from the record, sir.
no. But to be fair, it might actually affect Corn more than anyone else because
Yeah, because it's double the
they're the
impact,
ones
isn't
that
it?
need it the most. Yeah. I'm gonna chuck them in the uncertain zone, but I do feel like it might be a more left side.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we'll just move on. Move on.
Oh baby.
I think I'm also thinking I've talked to Metal about Corn a lot, and I think Metal would, as someone who's been suffering through Corn, would also agree with me that they got nerfed losing the Corn Gores, even with the
That's
buffs.
fair. I'd have to defer to Batiste. Here's a team that's actually definitely done better. Imperial Nobility. I suffered through 4 seasons? Yeah, 4 seasons of playing Imperial Nobility, old Imperial Nobility, and it was rough as hell. And then I look at new Imperial Nobility and oh god, it's so good. Looks so good.
I'm not even going to comment on this one. I think the amount you've played them, any take that I have is going to be either the same as yours or wrong. So have at thee.
I've only talked about it enough. So cost reductions across the board. Well, not across the board. Bodyguards and blitzers cost reductions, very big. The movement decrease on bodyguards, I actually don't think is super impactful. Like, they were usually based up anyway. It's not
already.
actually.
Yeah.
And now that you got Edgy 3 on the retainers, it really doesn't matter. 2+ on the thrower is huge. Give and go change to running. Changing running pass to give and go is fantastic. Throw as well for free on the throwers and the blitzers. Fantastic. Just awesome. Ogre going to learn a 3+. Great. Absolutely a buff. And cheaper rerolls. One of the biggest problems with Nobility was it ended up being so damn expensive. And this team has just gotten so cheap relative to what they used to be. To give you an idea, scroll up a bit. Blitzers went down 15k and gained pro. Like, that's just massive. It's absolutely huge.
And they start with an elite skill.
Yeah. So no, I think this is absolutely buff. It's very, very simple. Serious. Yeah, I'm gonna check them up here somewhere. What do you reckon? Compared to what they used to be,
you're the expert, homie.
Yeah, they're going up here.
I'm happy with.
I reckon they're up here with they're definitely buffed. There's no downsides. The except the bodyguard decrease. That's nothing. I'm gonna check them up here. I think,
but even bodyguards are kind of really they're hard. They were hard to level to begin with, and now that the thrower is actually usable, and the blitzers are a little less obnoxiously expensive, and the retainers are actually usable now too. And
the thing though is the bodyguards were good out of the box. Like, they were good at the start.
Yes.
They didn't need anything else to be good. They got better with guard and block, honestly. But
throw on the thrower and the blitzer is
it's
so
huge.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's completely wiped away by just how damn good everything else got.
Because you probably roster to both throwers now at this point.
Yeah, with pro, yeah. Just a piece you can just use rerolls on. It's great.
Because they're better. Because even and then you give one to a leader and then say bugger it. And that's what you save the cost on it now.
Yeah.
Because then they're just better. They're just like a secondary blitzer really, or even like a more mobile. I mean, not even more mobile. They're just a more sturdier retainer. But they have the option just to. It's just Oh my god, it's just such a buff. It's great, and it makes a team that was struggling to now really good. They weren't Overall Alliance bad, but they were in that ballpark. But still,
They were slightly better, but
very
not
good.
that far off. Yeah.
The bar was low, but
Yeah, that was like. All right. Well, from like
I'm
teams we're
happy
really
to see this team.
enthusiastic about to teams that we're really very sad about.
What you
Humans.
say?
See, uh, I'm
Ah,
mixed feelings because I fucking despise seeing the old school and this is an eternal league problem. Seeing the Mighty Blow guard stand firm, like 5 stack of them in the blood and the
hmm,
ogres. That made me very sad to play against. Even like orcs as elves as everything. I just thought I'm like this fucking sucks. And when
yeah,
they said they were cutting the catches and the blitzers, I'm like, well, maybe that. I know I was in chat saying maybe they were going to buff this catcher strength 3 and have like here's your 4 blitzers, 2 of them are like agi based, 2 are strength based. Like this is great. And
yeah.
I'm like second thought, I'm like this is awesome. And then I saw everything else. I'm like, this is less awesome.
So I think so. Yeah, if they just changed the blitzes and the catches, it would have been like, okay, fine. Changing the thrower to 3+ is very
Why?
odd.
That
Like
was like they're like, hey man,
they
here's the worst part of the Imperials.
yeah. The problem is that they took the thing that made the humans like gave them some identity as the passing human team, right? And just went, no, you don't get that anymore. That's going to be the nobles now. You get 3+. It's still strange to me that we have dedicated throwers that are like the same at throwing as just other things, like ghouls, for example. Why are ghouls 3+ throwing when human throwers are 3+ throwing? It's just
Yeah,
weird.
shout out to this team who also didn't get any passing buffs apart from the catcher.
Yeah.
Like the blitzers didn't get. That's
What
just
was the
ridiculous,
and
man.
a 5k cost decrease throw is not meaningful. Buff to the
It's
ogre, I guess, on the loner 3+, but still. Uh,
you're not. It's the same. It's the same as a pro reroll now, which is you're not. It's just
and you do
no.
get
If
team
you want to play
captain.
humans, oh, that's nice. Team captain's great, which is
Yeah.
probably going to be. It. I don't know. Who would you want your team captain to be?
Well, I don't think it can be the big guy.
No, it has to be your catcher or your blitzer.
Yeah.
I know who I'd make the team captain. No one. I'd switch to Nobility or Old World Alliance.
Yeah, I'm saying if you want to play humans, play Old World Alliance. They have all this.
Absolutely.
They have 2 blitzers. One of them's a dwarf that has DT as well, and they have a better thrower. And they have the same thrower. They have more halflings. They have the same catcher, and they have exact same thing. They have all this, but add more. Like, yeah, it's just God. What did they do to this team?
I don't think it's nerfed as much as rats, but they are nerfed.
Also, DPS on secondaries all rounds means if you were going to foul this team, nah, sorry, man. Those human linemen are going to be very sad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Humans equal
like,
trash.
and humans is sad because humans were one of the best teams prior in Blood Bowl 3 prior to this because you have 5 players with strength access. The catches were similar to the ghouls, where you can get you can touchdown and fish for a Seeker Get Dirty player combo on them. They were cheap. They were cost effective. They were quick. They were still hamstrung by AG3, but oh god. The silver lining is the catcher at least being strength 3 means you potentially can get Griff quicker and also stats being cheaper, which is nice, but it doesn't overcome what's happened to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Actually, I do
tone-
change my mind that they got nerfed harder than the rats.
About
They
the same.
lost humans lost 4 of their best players. Rats only lost 2.
Yeah, it's just because rats can at least still induce. They're still cheap enough to induce shit. Humans
That's true.
are not that cheap.
Yeah, and actually the rat inducements are very good. Still.
And you still have gutter runners.
Yeah.
You still have gutter runners as well. I'm just trying to think of silver lining. The only way you can really get around it is by making those catches into elves, and that's why you're play woodies instead at that point, or play it's not worth.
Just play elves.
Just play elves.
You turn the catches into agility. You'd play Skaven, who are already nerfed.
But then you just play a bad gutter runner. You play a move busted gutter runner that's strength up, but also it's like a weird.
Yeah.
Or you just play pro elves,
or just play nobility and get
just play
Agi
nobility.
on your catcher.
Yeah, it's
No, Old World Alliance. Yeah, I know what I mean.
Anyway, yeah.
Poor guys.
We'll move next one. Humans, yeah, not feeling great. High Elves, we're going to skip over because we don't know yet. It even says here we don't know yet.
They
there you go.
I'm telling you now, if they come out anytime soon, I'm playing them when they come out because I've been waiting for High Elves for a long time because I wanted the bullshit I got from Elf Union, but with a bit more sturdy alignment. And now that we'll get that later on, I'm more keen to play at a Elf team that can still pass.
All right. Halflings.
This one's really simple.
Yep.
They got nerfed because Sneaky Git did.
Mm-hmm.
And also, the star player access changed.
Shrunk massively. They don't get Griff.
The top star players got more expensive as well.
Yep.
Yeah, no Griff, and also D-Root doesn't give Mighty Blow +2, but he wasn't in the game yet. But when he does, he's not going to matter. Morg doesn't have Mighty Blow +2, so
yeah, there's no
secondary fouling access for this team is a crime.
It's hideous, man. Yeah, why?
I agree with you. It's a crime. Yeah, so that's just it is. It's a nerf. It's a straight up nerf. It's actually a fairly
worst team in Blood Bowl.
Yeah. I mean that's literally its description. I think it's probably is it on the it is a big loss. Is it as bad as Rats? No, it's always been bad.
I don't think it's bad as Rats because Halflings are meant to be bad. Rats used to be top tier. Now
but they did get worse. So
Rats could.
Yeah, we know it's certain that they have gotten worse. Yeah. Okay, they've definitely got worse though. We can say that with absolute confidence.
And they didn't change anything else, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Speaking of access to the devious skill tree, goblins.
They're so good.
Fairly like a lot of changes here. A lot of changes. So, goblins have access to the devious skill tree, which uniquely for them matters because of there's 2 skills in there which affect secret weapons. In particular, which is I forget what they are, Saboteur, and then there's Ad Inventor or something. I don't know, Innovator. I can't remember. Anyway,
so isn't Saboteur like
SPP for breaking stuff?
Yeah. And Saboteur is like when the weapon fails, there's a 50% chance it does something to someone else. Yeah, go ahead.
Explodes. Yeah.
The biggest thing I want to say, and this early on, is that my biggest gripe with Halflings before is that their big guys had no loner, and now the trolls also get this, which is much. It makes them that much better.
Removing.
I used to hate how the goblins had trolls having loner and the Halflings didn't. It's so big.
It is. It's.
But that to me alone makes this an awesome buff.
Also,
even with the fouling changes, even with Sneaky Git changes, this team is straight up buff.
Yep. Taunt on the Hooligans actually, like it's that one. You go to dive it, you go to like hit it, you fail, and all of a sudden it's just like, all right, I'm gonna step back, and now you're here with all of the goblins around you. Like it's actually great. It's a really nice like skill to have on a piece that you want to target for hits. The Looney, being the chainsaw piece, can't carry the ball anymore.
Can't carry the ball. That's fine.
That's fine.
That wasn't a problem anyway. It doesn't really carry.
Like you don't need skills on that piece.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to. Anyone's going to try and target the chainsaw anyway. So
the Doom Diver gets dodge. And also gets a.
That's great.
And also in the devious skill tree. Doom Diver gets devious on secondaries. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So the problem is there is a skill called like Lethal Flight or something, which gives you it basically buffs smacking into other players when you've been thrown. Unfortunately, Doom Diver would benefit massively from that, and maybe it's fair that it doesn't get it on a primary, but Goblins got buffed. I don't
know if you would spend 65k on a piece that you would.
You're throwing at things
to kill stuff.
I think they got
also a bench thing is one. So there is one negative though, is you can't take Varg and Skitter. It's one or the other now because you have to go.
Yes, you have to pick your alignments. Yeah. That's also.
I'm always a big fan of Varg, but also I get it.
that's also across the board though.
Skid is huge,
right? Like the access to star players has been shrunk down quite substantially for everyone.
And it should be.
Yeah, like
it was egregious.
Yeah, like you don't get Grombrindle or Grim Ironjaw on any of the old world teams anymore. Only on the but it's the old Edge of World Edges, whatever it's called. So yeah, I think that's where the Goblins go. If they got a buff for sure, it's not game-changingly big. It's nice. It's one of the ones like does it change a whole lot? Probably not, but it's nice to have. Okay, gnomes. Well,
I agree.
I don't know anything
it's
about
somewhere
gnomes.
around the same place.
Skipping gnomes.
No, nothing about gnomes.
Even though I have a great
Skip gnomes.
picture. Our favorite team. All right, so probably the biggest buff, the strongest
team.
Turn
my mic off for this because I know there's more opinions.
Excess. Would you like to tell us about what's happened to Elven Union?
Look how they massacred my boys. Just look. Okay, so right.
Sorry, HC Mayhem. You were asking which is the most nerfed team. Here it is. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to lead this by saying, as a Elven Union are like, I play 3 teams that I really love. That is Orcs, that is Underworld, and Elven Union. And I've been playing Elven Union like a lot for the last like 3 years in Blood Bowl 2 and Blood Bowl 3, and they are great. They are fun. They are liberating. They're fast. The Nerves of Steel, and they combine like they're the healthy medium between the you don't feel dirty playing Wood Elves, and you don't want to feel dull playing Dark Elves. So you play a team that plays a bit like both, and you don't have high elves in the game. So you get a nice combination of all of them that take aspects of their gameplays and doesn't do them as well as them. So they feel like kind of like an elvish Skaven kind of equivalent, because you have the very cheap linemen who are also fragile, but they're cheap so you can cycle them. You have the worst throw of them, but it's still an elven thrower. You have these exceptionally good catchers with Nerves of Steel, Movement 8, Strength 3. So these are all potential War Dancer-esque players that can like game-changingly good. And you have these incredible blitzers who are Bloodsip after 1 skill, and they are so good early on, and they can scale late game with the catches, and you can still find a healthy middle ground there. And then they massacred this team. I understand that, the whole everyone drops 2 catches. Great. I understand it happened to gutter runners, and I when I saw initially the buff that the blitzers got to the gutter runners, I'm like, okay, moving 8 to Skaven Blitzer and a random General Strip Ball, The moving 8 made me go, well, potentially that'd be something similar for the blitzers here, because the Elf Blitzer already had a 3+ passing, so I'm like, I don't think they're not going to buff passing on any players here, because the linemen don't need it, and then obviously the Elf throws +2 already. And like the problem with Elf Union is there's only 4 positionals. 2 of them are intentionally shit because they are designed to even out how awesome the top end are. So they can't really buff the catcher too much, but they're taking half of it, and they can't really buff the blitzer more without increasing the cost. So I was kind of hoping for like make blitzers 120, give them movement 8, and then that's fine, or to try and lessen the pain of losing 2 of the best pieces of your team, similar to a gutter runner would be. No, what we get is this fucking shit sandwich of we are taking ripping you're getting your free skill on the catcher, diving catch. For a piece that has Nerves of Steel catch, it is useless. Like the only benefit is if I am playing in the rain, and even a 1-9 is still better than what most players would get. Or if I'm playing against Nurgle, sure, but if I'm playing against Disturbing Presence, there's going to be more than 1 always. So I wouldn't pass in that zone anyway. I'd be more, or wouldn't pass it in general. But no. And then the added caveat, like the kick in the teeth is, oh look, I get Hail Mary pass on the thrower. So we're playing into fucking Hail Mary pass, diving catch, memory. So it's just a nothing skill. The thrower is still crap. Like it's still slow and fragile, and it has pass. I would like if it gave him like short hands, that would be too strong because that's for agi ups. That's for agi 3 players. I get it. Safe pair of hands with a shout, no. But that's still not the worst part. The worst part is Elf Union Lineman, the staple 60k cheap fodder replaceable. You could keep ahead of the death spiral. They are now 65k. And we've already looked at the Wood Elf linemen, who are 65k. And this was leaked before the other elves. They were given 3+ passing. So everyone's like, well, they're paying for more passing access on linemen. And then they're like, that's okay, I guess.
I'll flick back real quick.
But then, yeah,
burn this into your mind. The elf lineman, 65k, 6 movement. Here it is. And you go back to the Wood Elves, 65k for movement 7. It's the same stat line, except this one has movement 7, and the Pro Elf one has Fumblerooski.
Movement 6. Yes, and they give him Fumblerooski, a skill no one uses. And people are like, oh, I could use infinite Fumblerooski chains. I'm like, you're moving 6. How are you? And it's like, well, yeah, we can chain it constant. I'm like, great. Now, because dodge now is more expensive.
At best, you have to Fumblerooski every you can only move forward 4 spaces at best with Fumblerooski if you're moving it, because you have to drop
that many linemen
where you've left, and you have to pick it up.
Yeah.
Like, if you had given Fumblerooski to the throwers, maybe, because they're the ones carrying the ball to begin with. So I've got to pick up the ball with none on the thrower. So what am I doing on the thrower at this point? Because you can't let them out to dry. And like, this team is dead. Like, and people's like, what about Hail Mary pass catching? Like, with what players? I've got to run my catches with no coverage now, 2 of them, so they can blitz one of them, and like they could cube the other one at this point. Yeah. And then now it's the 60k lineman with a shit skill makes it unplayable. Now I understand it was always gonna be a hard one to try and compromise the catches. I would, if like the greed in me says give him dodge catch and make him 120, and the blitzes moving 8 and 120. And then you can make him 65k and the elf lineman to compromise on that and whatever 3+. But the fact is that the alternatives we get, and I'm gonna like every elf lineman is actually got a passing up. Every other elf lineman has either movement 7 or AV9+, except for elf you didn't get neither, but they get Fumblerooski. Would I rather set up than Fumblerooski? Yes, because what are they useful? As Zord put it on Reddit, was that what are they going to do when they don't have the ball? Which linemen don't carry the ball, period. They're there to eat hits and to be fodder and get in the way. Now they're more expensive at that. And it's just, why would I play this team over anything else? They've lost all the good aspects of it. Yeah. Because I get to meme one time.
Yeah. Sorry.
Also, Hail Mary pass is a 4+ to work.
No, it's a 5+.
5+ to fuck me even better.
Yeah.
So
no,
why would I want to do that?
It's terrible. It's bad. No one does it. It's not a good time. I don't know why they've done it.
A lot worse.
Yeah, they've augmented its weaknesses while diminishing its strengths. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, sorry, it's done anyway. Everything's gone bad.
They nerfed. 100% certain.
Yeah, so that is why it sits up here. It's just terrible.
No, there is no one who's going to play.
Saying it's good is on copium.
Yeah.
They don't play Elf Union. Simple. If you are actually saying I'm going to continue playing, why would you play this? Look at Wood Elves who are cheaper. Their catches got buffed. And like, why didn't our catches get 3+ passing? The Wood Elf catches did.
Well, going
used to be was
going from a team that the devs don't play, going from a team that the devs don't play to a team the devs definitely do play, is dwarves. So, dwarves are interesting.
This is the only thing I'm going to say about this team.
Yep.
This is the only team I am actually uncertain whether it's a nerf or a buff because it's changed so much. I don't know, and that's all I have to say about it.
I'm with you on that one. It is one of, I'd say, the most interesting changes. This might be the most interesting change that's been made. So much.
This team is going to be fucking weird, man.
It's gone weird. It's not gone good. It's not gone bad. It's gone weird.
I'm so glad to see no more guard stand firm spam, but I'm so curious in what they are going to be cost efficient.
No, they're not going to be cost efficient. Really? That's just about guaranteed.
Well, no, because they're not paying for block.
That's true. They're not playing for block, and they all have block, but they're still slow as hell, and they don't have tackle.
Yes.
Not as much tackle.
We'll probably see more body stat. we're going to see more body.
We're going to see stat
now,
freaks.
aren't we?
But the saving grace on
That's
that is
great.
they don't get agi access, so you don't get the.
Shame.
Yeah, I know. That's listen. I agree with you. I think it's an absolute it is just totally different. I love the blitzes.
So,
I said this about all Water Lines.
Can I play
I think the
devil's
blitzes
advocate
are
on one thing?
awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
Devil's advocate. What are the 3 edgy skills they would get on a dwarf team? Defensive, DT, dodge.
Yeah.
They now start with 2 of those, and defensive is everywhere on those linemen, and DT is on those blitzes. The only player that would want dodge is probably maybe a blitzer to reposition, which is a loss because they're already now edgy 4+, which is a bit makes them worse at that. But also now the runner who doesn't, he's just like, well, I don't care because I hate dwarf runners because they're bastards anyway. But still.
No, I'm actually. This is the team where I'm like, okay, I wonder how this is going to go. Another interesting thing is they do get devious access on primaries. They might be one of the teams that, with eye gouge, actually gets to use like that. That could be a thing they actually get to solve, which they're in the bribery and corruption camp too, so they do get cheap bribes. So they're going to be a fouling team. They get cheap bribes. They have a death roller. The death roller has lost dirty player +2. It's now down to just regular dirty player. Maybe you see more death rollers. It's movement 5 now as well, so that's something. I don't know. As Lennon pointed out, what's the what does it mean? No clue.
I'm looking forward to seeing how people play them once they get over the fact that they're a completely different team now.
Yes. And for that reason, actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Norse up a bit just so I can fit the dwarves in the deep down the uncertain uncertain zone. All right. Let's see. Dark Elves. Let's talk about Dark Elves.
I have never been so happy to see a skill be horrible in my life than I have when I saw the rules for punt.
Punt.
Because that had potential to break the entire fucking game, and seeing that it's bad makes me so happy.
Yeah, so just so everywhere, what we were all on the assumption, and I put this down to coming from a country where we have an accurate kicking football game. We all assumed that punt would be you throw the ball down the pitch and you don't cause a turnover when you hit the square that you're actually aiming for. Like, punt, you just throw it down the pitch and you see, it lands.
Yeah.
That's what we thought. Would it be?
Give it a kick.
It's not. It's this is from. Weirdly, I would have assumed that the Brits would be good at this, but maybe they took something out of the American football book. Punt is a throw-in, uses the throw-in dice as if it's been thrown from a sideline. So it can be anywhere within, apparently a 90-degree sort of, zone from your player. So it could go straight to the side, or it could go forwards. And the distance is a D6 or something, so it could be, right in front of you, or a long way away. Which is awful.
No one should ever use this skill, ever.
No.
It's that bad. No one should ever use it. Turn it off in your skills.
Yeah. This is a little bit like kind of Hail Mary pass. If you're using it, so many other things have had to have gone wrong. Everything must be on fire by that point. Anyway.
Yeah, you're either memeing or your game is fucked.
Yeah. Their linemen got cheaper, which is nice for them. Assassins got buffed by hit and run, but also lost general access on primaries, which is awful. I'd argue awful enough that hit and run doesn't really make up for it. I would argue that, absolutely. Hit and run doesn't make up for that. It's
Stab only works on agility teams. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Hit and run's great, but stab only really works on agility teams, and when you're doing it against agility teams, you don't need hit and run.
Yeah. So it's not.
Does hit and run work with taunt?
I don't know.
I think it only works with stab and blocks.
I don't know how.
But if you're blitzing,
I don't know how it works.
If you blitz a taunt player,
Yeah.
Are you forced to follow up and then?
I guess you're forced to follow up. Oh,
boy, no,
that's a
if
great
it
question.
depends on the ordering, yeah,
Well,
because
no. If you're forced to follow up, you can then hit and run anyway, away again. But if you're forced to follow up into a
yeah,
position where you can't hit and run, then I imagine you can't. I'm sure you
I
would.
would say you can I would say you could always have the option to hit and run if it's legal,
Yeah.
because even if hit and run comes before the taunt, you can hit and run and taunt won't work because you're not standing next to him. If it comes after the taunt, you can still hit and run as long as you have a hit and run space to go
So
into and there's nothing in the rules that say that one of them cancels out the other.
I would assume that because the block and the push happen first, that the taunt happens first. Happens on the follow decision. Because the hit and run comes after the follow decision. So I would assume it goes
right.
taunt triggers and then you get to choose hit and run. I don't on the Dark Elves, the Blitzer nerf is unfortunate for them. Doubly on both the cost and the number reduction, going from what was 100 to 5k increase. But at the same time, like, I mean, I saw so many Dark Elf teams that were just 4 Blitzers and a Witch Elf, and then the rest of the team was loners because everything else had died at some point.
It's gonna be it's a 2-2 start now. Like I used to always run when I played Dark Elves, which is not often because I think Dark Elves are a boring team. Is that it'd always be a 3-1 start for me, 3 Blitzers, 2 Witch Elves. But now it's just 2-2 instead. Like
yeah,
there's no need to have the runner no more. Why would you want it?
yeah, fair.
Losing
What
to
does it do?
yeah.
Like
I mean,
doesn't
dump off's
nerf.
still technically quite good, and you need your
Yeah.
blitzers to carry the fucking to like blitz, and so
Well, no,
who are you going to carry the ball on anyway?
Blitz now. It's Blitzer carries the ball on one, and then like your lineman just screen. It's like
Yeah,
it's just cheap. It's probably even cheaper now because you're not running it. You're not having just saving 15k on not being a runner, and
yeah.
So
I don't know.
I mean,
it's just
the best thing on there is the cheapness of their elf lineman,
Yeah.
them going down in price, but I don't think it makes up for the blitzes getting halved.
no, I'd say I'd
Yeah,
put
no.
it at a mildly certain slight nerf.
well, and also
Overall.
that again having to pay for. You're gonna see a lot. You are gonna see a lot of wrestle elves now with block
True.
being so expensive, and wrestle being a good compromise to it. So
Yeah.
a lot of cheaper wrestle elves.
Again,
Dodge
I
is
just
still
want
gonna
to
be
say
everywhere.
I don't think we will, because even if it's more expensive, it's more expensive for everyone. I think it's
But
worth
because
block every
you probably
time.
save. Well, that's what I'm saying. Only it's many linemen that will be getting more wrestle than block. Because I think you'd be saving block for the witch elves, and the linemen take wrestle to make open lanes up instead.
All right. Next team. Renegades.
The Gades.
I mean, oh look, their Dark Elf got cheaper too. Wow, it's like their linemen. That's very nice.
Yeah.
So
For some,
and-
hey XS.
this is
I mean, yeah.
human lineman gained animosity to all, which is actually a big
Cares.
deal.
Animosity is a nothing thing.
Yeah. Everyone now has everything animosity. Yep. They have to pick. Oh, interesting. I don't know. Apparently there was a Hashut option for special rules favored of, but anyway, that's fair enough. They lost that. So they have to pick their. They have to pick their alignment now. Chaos Clash. Yeah, the Dark Elf got better. It also has a 3+ passing, which is good, and has agility. The Dark Elf has agility, devious, general, and
That's. I mean, the Dark Elf was always very good, and also now the stats are cheaper. The Dark Elf is still going to be amazing.
Yeah.
The sad point is no strength access for the Orc lineman, unlike the other Orc linemen.
Yeah. So this is the
Which
odd
is
one
silly.
out. It does get devious access, but yeah, general mutation, not strength, which is a bit sad. why is it that every other team they just copy pasted the stat like the players over, and then for Renegades in particular they went, not this time. No, this is gonna be different. I don't know. Maybe it's a typo, but
playing Tassie. Lad. Yeah.
hey,
This is like a buff in the terms of it's barely a buff at all. Like
They didn't get nerfed, so it's a buff.
They didn't get nerfed. It's a super slight buff, and that's it. And it's only because the Dark Elf linemen got cheaper and Sure Hands went nice.
there. Yeah, fair enough. I'm just trying to find.
Actually, that's what it comes down to. It comes down to like what 25k TV buff, and that's it.
Yeah, like, and his team is expensive already. Like, it's still not going to be a great team, but also, there's no real change really. It's kind of like the price difference you don't lose now is going to be eaten when you have to level up your everything.
Yeah.
Apologies, I seem to have lost the image I was going to use for this. So I'm just going to use the ogre because there is an ogre on that team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So slight buff, maybe.
So slightly over the line and pretty damn certain.
I'm gonna put it right in the middle,
like pretty high on the certainty scale.
Okay. Put up there with the vamps.
Basically, nothing changed.
Okay, yeah. Renegades.
Yeah. Imperceptibly a buff. I love it.
Imperceptible buff. Cool. Just gonna shift.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. Okay. Well. Chorf. We haven't really played with Chorfs, so yeah, it's hard to say.
No primary access on Hobgoblins is criminal.
Yeah, we can say that real quick. Chorfs are going to be rough to play because of no general access on regular ball carriers, stabbers. It's a weird sort of thing, but mutations on normals and minotaurs. Anyway, we're not going to put them on the chart because we haven't actually played with them.
Yeah, nah.
Can I?
Like, it's definitely a nerf because of the Hobgoblins getting general
also,
access.
Balls can't picking the ball up in 2+ makes me very happy.
Yeah, that's true. But we'll save it for the teams that we can actually talk about, like we actually play with.
Yeah.
Chaos Chosen, got buffed. I think.
What? Shut up! No, they didn't.
Oh, sorry, no,
absolutely
they got nerfed.
not.
No, you're right. Yeah. Sorry, they got there's a lot of green here, but this is the most important one. This moving of strength to secondary.
That little S.
That's everything. That's everything. That
little
for
S
this team.
basically overrides and more everything there.
Yep.
You're gonna see more Wrestle Beastmen in the world. They're gonna like wrestle and rackle and now and just
there's no more mighty blow and guard like without getting really.
You don't need guard as much in Chaos. You can Blitzer strength 4.
Yeah,
but you get armbar.
Well, tell a Chaos coach that you don't need guard on it because they disagree.
They don't need that.
They're cheaper rerolls though.
No, look, considering how guard rare it is. Yeah, cheaper rerolls, that's fine. But also, they don't have the Brawling Brutus is weird to me. But in saying how less prevalent guard is going to be because it is harder to get and also more expensive to get as well. So opportunity cost is now increased, but it's still gonna be and that Chaos always
it'll be on every Orc team in that pretty much, yeah.
Yes, but Orcs are still a bad matchup for Chaos. They have been since Blood Bowl 2, and even at like high TV, like just because Orcs are obnoxious. Like, and it was the biggest problem internally is because redraft is that Orcs will be online at like 1200, and Chaos don't get online until 14 to 18, and the redraft means if you get there, you're there for like 2-3 games, and then it's all gone. And we're only starting to see it trickle through now in Rebel in their 5th season because we changed the redraft rules a bit. And like sure, it's great, but it's just guard. I think it's overblown. It is. I don't think it is bad and doom and gloom. Losing strength access on Beastmen will hurt them because they don't have a mobile blitzer anymore. But it just means the blockers are going to have to be a bit more killer, or you have to bite the bullet and pay that extra that 50k for a mighty blow blitzer and go everything else. Thick Skull is nice because it keeps on the pitch longer, but they are going to play differently, and I'm really keen for it. Plus, armor's nice because you get FPP for nothing. So,
Yep.
You know, they lose their fouling access on normals, but they are cheaper too, which is for a team that tends to bloat pretty hard. Is quite nice. It's just, is it great? No. Could it be worse? Yes. Are they still playable? Yes.
Yeah, they did get the Beastmen did get cheaper, and they did get 3+ passing, which
is big.
It was pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a team that doesn't have any passing pieces, 3+ passing is huge.
But on linemen as well, that I have to say that is weird.
Yeah.
Right. That is kind of odd. It's probably why they don't have brawling brutes.
That's on par.
It's the same as humans. Why?
Man, can I have these instead of my Elf Union linemen? They're 10k cheaper, and they have horns, and they have
Big skull.
Give me that shit. Yeah, give me that, and it's so. Yeah, give me a 6-3-3-3-9 player with horn 6 skull with general mutation access every day of the week. Because I'll make him all wrestle and then like some other. They already have probably arguably the best mutation in horns because they're strength for blitz.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather so if I could give me these.
I feel like I'd put them on the same level of nerf as halflings. Like they lost.
I
very
strongly disagree. I think they're gonna. I think they are. Are they worse? Are they worse than they were before? Yes. But however, I'm more the uncertain to the point because how everything's changed. Because they are now more susceptible to guard spam, but guard spam is no longer as going to be prevalent outside of one team.
Okay, so how about so what on the same level as halflings, but I'm going to move them quite a ways down, because you that's a good point.
You can put them in the you could put them below the uncertain line.
Yeah,
below because I don't know how because if I'm being very, if I generally play Chaos, I just usually go heavy wrestle on my beast anyway. So it's like this is more in line how I play my Chaos and my Warrior Shield of Bashing. But yeah, maybe it's more Minotaur friendly now.
Yeah,
who knows, but it's still a bad piece.
Okay, well, we'll move on to.
Oh dear.
Well, Brett's are new, so
yeah, no changes.
Orcs.
Like they obviously got extremely buffed from what they used to be, but yeah, Black Orcs.
Black Orcs.
Oh,
another Phage team.
Yeah, the one I'm currently playing.
Brawling Brutes is home run.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
No loner on the troll is a home run.
Yeah. So no loner on the troll.
Getting
good.
Who can pick.
Yeah. Black Orcs can pick the ball up.
picking the ball up on 2+.
Yep, that's good.
Exceptional.
Goblins get the devious access, which is. It's actually also good to have the splitting the devious and the agility into different things. Roll on one or the other.
They need the devious 4 for the guard assist one. That's probably what they want it for. But well, I don't think you take it anyway.
Yeah. No, I think this is. Is it a buff? Yes, I think it's got buffed. Not by a lot, but it's buffed.
I mean, by virtue of not changing, they got buffed.
Yeah.
By virtue of they now develop faster, they got buffed.
And no loner on the troll. It's so fucking huge.
I think, and honestly, I think that's actually a slightly more of a buff, slightly more than goblins.
100%. Black Orc development is like one of the hardest things to do with Black Orcs, and now that they can develop more through hitting stuff.
Yeah, well, you get more through hitting stuff, and they carry the ball better.
And a shout out for your goblins as well, for your carry goblins. Easier to get stats on them.
Yeah. Actually, that's a very, very good point. More stats on goblins is a good thing.
Why do they need cheaper too? Mayhem was asking, why do Blorks need D?
They need the devious access because when you play them, really do rely on fouls. So they're built as a fouling team, and you do sort of rely on fouls to remove. You need to remove the enemy team to be able to move around. Hang on, let me go back real quick to the thing. If you look at just the stats of the like the Black Orcs and the Goblins, right? Your movement 4 and 6, so you don't go very far, very fast, so it's really, really easy to bog them down. Having grab mitigates that a bit because you could pull things into your team and then beat them up and step on them. and that's sort of the way the team's designed to work.
They were designed when guard added 2 assists for fouling.
Yeah,
That's
so
what they were designed
if you
around, and then that got taken away.
if you play Black Orcs and you don't get removals against your opponent, it's so difficult to move on the pitch because everything is slow. One of the things I had to learn when I started playing them this season was like you have to start moving up the pitch immediately and you have to grind up slowly because you just do not have enough movement to do big plays or anything. It's all slow, it's all grindy. You're not cutting corners or anything like that. Stats on goblins will be massive because then you can, agi 2 plus stunty through things. That'll be great. But like you need to be able to remove the opponent. With block and they do have brawler, so block being expensive isn't as much of an issue, but it is still a problem because the first skill you get on them is still block in the current meta. And then mighty blow in a lot of them, or guard. So their development path is very expensive for the Black Orcs. It's gotten more expensive, and the team hasn't gotten cheaper. That's one thing I will say is the team has always had a bloat problem, even with skills as they are now, and it's only going to be worse with the elite. But I don't know if that's actually how much of an issue that's going to be. But they did get a buff because
elite skill change for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And Brawling Brutes, the easier development, I think it works out. Yeah. All right, last one. Amazons, back to the beginning.
Last team.
I found out where the where that picture was. It was behind the Black Orc one. That's why I couldn't find it.
So it was big Black Orcs.
Yeah. Zons didn't change really much at all besides a small passing buff on the players. But they have dodge on everything. Dodge is now a super skill. Tackle is slightly more common off the bat, but does that really matter that much when like if you were to take dodge on this player, it would cost as much as the player. So they
became cheaper by the change of the game. Same thing. There's not much you can see there in terms of a buff, but they definitely got buffed because they're going to be cheaper than fucking everything.
No ability power access is pretty big for them, but also
they also they did also like to foul to remove things. Oh, and also not having...
Yeah, but they've got new great positionals now, so fouling's not their only game plan anymore.
Yeah. I might say that...
I still love I still am a big fan of the changes from Bubble 2 to Bubble 3, because I think that it gives them opportunity costs. Not having any block early on makes them really inefficient to get to the first season, but they're still going to be super good. They're just better.
Yeah, the removal of DP Sneaker Git from just all of their players, anyway, I think that they're buffed. I'd probably put them in the second tier of buffed, and I'd say that's a pretty reasonably...
Well, I mean, they haven't changed. There was no downside to them. It's just they just got a little passing which they weren't going to use anyway.
I'll put them up here then. They're definitely better, in a small way. They're definitely better, so they go up there.
That's exactly where I would put.
There it is.
That's exactly where I would put Norse as well.
But we know why. It's because it's contentious. That's why. Because we'd either put them here or here.
The casters. Goodness.
It's one of these two, and therefore it falls down here. It falls down the bottom. This is much more of a volcano plot than a 2x2. But anyway. Right. That's all of the teams. This is the spread.
It'll be very interesting. One of the things that I want to say off the back of this that I think it's a very interesting move for this season of Blood Bowl, nerfing fouling to the point where it's not the best removal strategy anymore, and also changing the miss next game and badly hurt and stuff like that table is going to see a lot less people being knocked out in a game. We're going to see less injuries every game, and that's just like a certainty because fouling is worse and getting injured is harder. Well, getting like missed next game is harder.
Yeah. And you do also gain hatred. Actually, that's something that's worth maybe mentioning as well on the hatred front. If you get MNG, so my understanding of how it works is if you get MNG'd, if a player that gets MNG'd basically rolls a dice and on a 4+, it gains hatred towards the type of player that injured it. Is that correct?
Yeah,
I think that's about
I've
right.
Heard.
Hatred as a what it actually does in game is that when you make a hit against a player of that type, you get to re-roll the armor roll, which is pretty nuts. So, for example, Troll Slayers have hatred of trolls.
Is it the armor roll?
I think it's the armor roll.
Are you sure?
I can check.
Is that in the spreadsheet?
I'm gonna pull it up and we're gonna have a real
very
look.
different.
Okay, well, where's skills? Hang on. Hatred.
Yep, there you go.
Player down result. You're right. No, you're right. That's much more sensible. I was reaching there. That was insane of me. Even as I said it, I'm like, wait, hang on. Yeah. So it lets you avoid.
So this is more just like a real ghetto pro greed reroll on 2 dice blocks.
It's Brawler, except you get to reroll the worst one.
Yeah, limited Brawler.
Yeah. Limited focus Brawler.
Because you still do a full reroll if it's going to be a turnover, and you don't want a turnover. So you would never use hatred. You'd use hatred like Brawler, to reroll safe blocks, basically.
Yes.
I'll wait for the any elf team to have like a team full of hatred, full of grudges, you know.
Oh yeah, that's so people. Some people were saying, "Oh, like, is there an incoming racism meta for elves? Just hating everyone because they're being wiped out constantly."
Yeah, and rats.
Anyway,
it would be great.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's probably not going to happen. But you know, anyway.
I think it's so insignificant and such like a greed skill that we're not going to see much huge use of it. It'll be fantastic when it does happen. It'll be a lot of fun when it does happen and does work, and I'll love it as a caster. It's an entertaining skill, so I don't hate it.
Yep. I'm with you on that one. I think that quite fun. Also, it counts as a special skill, which
means it doesn't count towards legend or anything like that, right?
Yeah. No, but also it's not a special action. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I was thinking about a particular skill in the DV3. It doesn't matter. It's not a special action. It's
because it's just a passive that doesn't add to your skill. Yeah, trait. There you go.
There you go. Cool. I have received a message from my Blood Bowl opponent. We have a Blorkoff coming up, so I'm actually going to chuck us into a mission.
I'm going to thank you for the stream, good sir.
Yeah, thanks for the stream.
Get into a Black Orc versus Black Orc game, which should be thrilling and interesting for everybody.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch.
So I'm gonna do that, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, we thought it would be worthwhile doing something like this to just be like, this is what we think, because we've heard so many different things. People saying, like, with their whole chest that Elven Union was going to be good, and it's just like, no, stop it. Or that dwarves were definitely going to be terrible now. It's like, well, we really don't know. Wanted to get something out there for fun. Okay, I'm going to chuck into an intermission. I'm going to update the stream stuff. I'm going to send out